And good evening, welcome to another RaidCall EMS 1 Playoff Group Stage D Season 2 in summer 2013 at the end of 8 cups and all the rest of it. I've forgotten the numbers. Welcome, I'm Red Eye alongside Ms. Pansy once more for Group D, the final group of the playoffs. It's time to find out who are the two teams that join the 6 that are already qualified to the LAN finals on the 29th and the 30th of June. And we're going to drop you into the game right away because knife round is about to start. So no slacking off today.
What? I haven't had time to prepare. My accents aren't there yet. I'm sorry.
Ah, interesting.
I'm sorry.
I think you need to do a knife round at some point tonight.
At some point?
At some point.
So I have to learn
tonight.
an accent during the games?
Apparently you do.
Ah, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
We have had a lot of suggestions for knife rounds.
Oh, God, yeah. Inundated.
A lot
Yeah.
of suggestions. And I just don't know which ones to do.
There's so many good ones as well.
There are a lot. There are a lot. However, I've got one for the first game.
Oh, you do?
I've got one.
I kind of want to know, but...
No, you don't want to know.
no.
You're excused, okay?
Wonderful. Thank you, head teacher.
From the first knife round, but you're not getting away with it all night. You will have to do a knife round of some
variety.
description.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it so far.
This evening.
Oh, good. Can I apologize now to people, just to get it clarified already, that it's not going to be good, it's going to be diabolically bad? I'm very sorry.
You're apologising now, I like that.
Yeah, I thought I'd get ahead of the, the Twitch chat.
So let's go through the lineups.
Yep.
We haven't actually gone through the lineups properly yet, because we were expecting the knife round to start straight away. We do have some nice lineup stuff, don't we?
Definitely.
Yeah, so let's take you through them right now while they're
look at that
doing their
snazzy.
thing. Look at that, sexy, isn't it? LDLC from France, Le Français, lining up with Happy, Apex, Maniac, SF, and Kenny S, the star man in Team LDLC. 3 finals this season out of the 4 cups, 2 from last season. And they go head-to-head with a team from Germany. Germany's very own Alternate Attacks, or Alternate, depending on which part of the world you are from. The interesting thing about these two teams is they both have a Swissy in their teams. Sonic lining up for Alternate, alongside Crisby, Felix, Crystal, and Tijan. And I'm just gonna, yeah, okay, whatever. I said ready.
God damn it.
I did ready, I'm pretty sure I did. But okay, nevertheless, we are ready to rock and roll in the first knife round of the night. It's Team Alternate versus Team LDLC. And we are live for the knife round. Everyone in the studio is waiting with bated breath. So here we go then, me Julies, with...
Oh, Lord.
Because, like, East Side is the best, innit? But, like, West Side is also good. Me thinks, anyway, me Julies. No Julies here, though. Kind of Yorkshire accent breaking out in there. Anyway,
Yorkshire Massive.
the Yorkshire Massive, alright. This be a bit boring, really. This is why we don't commentate in knife rounds. This is why we can't have nice things.
Someone's throwing a bomb. That's a pretty aggressive move there.
These men ain't gonna be down with the massive stains if they don't start striking out with the knives and stuff. That's better. Because, like, look, see, French East Side is the best. Wait. Do you know what? Screw this. Whatever.
That's a nice bit of hard wood there. Do you reckon that's oak paneling?
I knew you had to fill the silence. See, Crystal's got it right. 1 hour to go. It's all right, we have time. You're not missing anything. You see that speck of paint in the top right-hand corner?
Yeah, that's not...
Right. I could point it out to you, but it's kind of like, oh, I can't because I have to move. That's been drying for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of watching paint dry. Look, there it is, look.
That needs to be repainted, maybe a bit of filler.
They've missed that, haven't they?
They have.
They have missed
the
that.
filler would go really nicely there.
Yeah.
But I like the kind of Tudor effect that they've got on the roofs.
Which television stations do you reckon they're picking up here?
All of them.
That's a lot, isn't it?
That is a great amount.
And really, is that an aerial?
I don't know. They're just there to stab birds, it looks like, to gather meat for dinner.
Weird, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, so 9th round done. That's good. That was a long one, wasn't it?
No.
Don't know, didn't see much of it.
No.
Started off badly and went downhill from there on. Anyway, 9th rounds aside, paint drying aside, we are ready to go in our first game of the day. Just to give you a little bit of background as well on these two teams, LDLC, as we said, have reached 5 of the 8 cup finals through the 2 RaidCall EMS 1 series and lost 4 of them. They had last one, Cup 4, they finally won against Copenhagen Wolves. Team Alternate haven't appeared in a RaidCall EMS 1 Cup final, but have managed to make it through to the last 16. Again, 2nd season in a row. But can they make it through to the LAN finals? They were the only German team through to it. They aren't the favourites in this group by any stretch of the imaginations. Copenhagen Wolves and LDLC, the clear favourites, but are we going to see more shocks and surprises like we saw yesterday? We start things off in the eyes of the Swissman. It's Solek who makes his way in towards the bomb site and rips through Steels, gets the first one. Now, Steels, what am I on about? SF, of course. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a bad one all night, isn't it? And
yes.
They do get the first kill. They're all very damaged though right now, and actually LDLC not in such bad shape, albeit that they're down 1. Here comes Maniac from the back, gets the first one in onto Crystal. Crispy now inside the bomb site, does get the first, doesn't get the second, does he? Not quite. Tijan now in towards the back as Happy picks up a double. Tijan now replying back, and it's now a 2 versus 2. And Bomb is ticking away. And Tijan does pick up another one on Maniac, and they've got an advantage here. Kenny S now has got to go huge. It's 2 versus 1. He can do this, though. He's got both of them all down to 1. The bomb's going to blow anyway. They're both dead. And the end of the round shows no men alive whatsoever. And that's good news if you're a German. It's Alternate who lead 1-0.
Yeah, indeed, and as we well know, winning that pistol will get you such an advantage going forward, and we kind of grown to expect that, especially with the slight advantage of having those Glocks, but as you said, it came right down to the wire, so certainly it's going to be a close game all the way, I can imagine, and let's see what the T-side have in store this round. It seems as though Solek splitting off down towards Banana, whereas the rest more focused towards mid and A, so... They're still laying down the fire, but the early connection coming in from Alternate, actually, it's Solek to pick up 2, making it 3, a hat-trick early on. Can he make it 4? The stack did not pay off at all for LDLC, and that is a bit of a turn up for the books there. That really shouldn't have happened, but nevertheless, 4 still stand for the Germans as they do make their way towards the A-bomb site. Felix had an idea that there may be one lurking around in the corners, leaving only Apex alive now for LDLC. So let's spin across and see exactly where he is, and he is carrying currently in a corner. So 4 men to find.
Please don't hurt me.
Pretty much the feelings he's got right now, I can imagine.
Read a book.
Yeah, he's in the right place. Let's see if he can be the right time. I think he's just going to try and make the most of a very, very bad situation.
Personally, I would come out of the library right now and go through the kitchen.
I thought it was bad enough for War Clown. So he's caught a glimpse of 1. He's going to do some damage. Not going to take him down, and there we have it. So Alternate will manage to get another round on the board, and in rather nice style from Solek, to be fair. That opening kill, the auto director really did not want to actually show me.
No, it just showed us the 3rd one.
Yeah, but still,
it's the only important
very
one,
nice. Yeah, indeed. The rest, not so
Told
great.
you, the auto director is actually a fat controller. He's like the fat controller out of Thomas the Tank Engine. That's actually how I envisage this auto director person, who is not really a real person, by the way, but... You know, actually, Jason thought someone from Valve was actually just sitting there on every server. Lovely grenade as they go down to Banana. Apex is not going to get this one, though. And LDLC now going to be on the rotation all the way back over to Banana by B-bomb site, as that one's already been called. Smoke's down in mid. SF's now going to have to try and make his way through the back of Ruins, and will pick up the kill on Solek, who was unfortunately awkwardly reloading at exactly the wrong time. A Maniac through the smoke has done some damage here. Albeit minuscule, admittedly. Kenny S now trying to get into the bomb site. Felix at the back here in the corner. Fancies himself a little couple of kills, but he's not going to get anything out of that, as the grenade comes raining down on top of him. They've got to be careful here, LDLC. They've got 3 men who are all very low indeed. There's a knife coming from SF on Crispy now. Maniac's come around the back, and they've gotten rid of all the alternate attacks players on an eco, but they're not going to get the bomb defuse here. And Alternate will pick up the third round, albeit a very expensive third round with 5 deaths amongst the team.
Yeah, not exactly ideal for these guys, but the way they've gone through this tournament so far, it's not a bad start for them, to be fair. They've had a real rough ride.
I'd be fine. I mean,
yep.
you know, you lose all your men on the round, but you win it, and it's 3-0 on the score. But I'd take 3-0 over, you know, keeping a couple of men alive and making it 2-1. That's much better.
Exactly. You know, considering how well LDLC have been playing throughout this tournament, I don't think you'd take it too lightly that you picked up 3 rounds off the back. So let's see how this one's going to go. Obviously, the early connection has actually happened. It's on to Solek, who's already knocked down to half HP.
Yeah, it was that actually. It was a grenade through the side.
Really?
Yeah, a little grenade down to Banana, and Solek already losing 47 health.
Yeah. And clearly, the LDLC guys are slowly but surely learning exactly what Alternate are up to. They have used Banana a fair few times, and they're once again stacking up on there. But let's see if SF and Co can keep control of the attack, because here come the Germans. So attacks are making, Alternate attacks even, are making their way towards the bomb site, and it's a little bit sloppy so far. They haven't actually made much connection. They're allowing SF to get in there, picking up one. That is Felix down. Happy follows up with a second, and this disjointed attack from the attacking side has been, well, ripped to shreds, as now only Crystal stands. 1v4, bomb to plant, and only 40 seconds to do it. There we go. And he will be going to the plant, going to get that down, hopefully. I think he's just about managed that, but 18 HP, he's got a lot of work to do, not going to happen. Kenny's in there, and the way LDLC just handled that was very, very nice. I don't know if we can say it was more the fact that the Germans kind of fell apart, but I think that LDLC kind of worked that very nicely, quite passively held, and played very nicely.
Bit of both, I think, probably in there in the end. Just a quick check on the scoreboard after 4 rounds. Select 6 and 4 is top of the table for the German-Swiss team. And top of the French-Swiss team is Happy right now with 5 and 3. Just a little word on SF, of course. He's Super Fighter, is his full name. Just in case you're going, who the hell is SF? That's who he is. He's Super Fighter. He's just shortened his name this evening because they've got a bit of a sponsor issue going on in there as well. Giving a little bit of love to Steel series in there. Tags. Hence, it's quite long. Probably one of the longest tags around, actually. As Happy gets the first one, Sonic replying back for his 7th kill in 5 rounds. And Sonic picking up yet another one here. Titian might get one in mid, is he? No, he's going to back away from that one. They're going to plant this one on the grill, on the grate at B again. And so far, 5 rounds in. 5 plants. I don't know what plants are. Plants, though, at the same bomb site. They've obviously been watching demos. They've highlighted something that they like. Oh, fantastic work from Titian. 2 in a row, both headshots. And Kenny S now will be very lucky to get out of here alive with a very expensive big green gun. Sonic's not going to hunt him down either. They're actually going to try and get in there. Crystal is just about making his way in there now. Oh, Kenny, you don't see that many times. And he'll be finished off by Crystal. And that will be GG for 2 of them, actually, because they both died in the explosion. But it's worthwhile getting rid of that AWP on Kenny S. And Alternate now lead 4-1.
Yeah, a bit of a turn for the books, and I'm quite curious as to why Happy went a little bit aggressive on Banana then. They played very nicely, playing quite passively, and they switched it up, and it really didn't pay off so well. But nevertheless, let's see if they go for another Banana push again. They do seem to be splitting a couple down there. Normally it's Solek who goes a little bit of a solo mission just to kind of tease them out.
He's Rambo.
Yeah, he pretty much is. He is the one Rambo on the side, but it does seem as though Crispy and Solek are now actually keeping eyes on that. But Alternate biding their time. Crispy is tagged up, though, so early damage to the T side, but not much else. A little slow around so far. Crispy just showing a little bit of himself towards B. Happy adjusting accordingly. There's spray down. Haven't seen anyone try that before. I don't know if it's going to particularly pay off. Crispy has actually got some decent foothold now towards the bomb site. The rest of Alternate are making their way up. And I don't know if SF knows where Crispy is. I think he might have an idea here, but that could be a real bit of trouble for them. But still not committing yet. 50 seconds on the board. You still see the vast amount of players towards the other bomb site, but Crispy on a bit of a solo mission. As we said, John Rambo here, taking down SF early on, looking for another. I don't think he's going to get that so easily, especially up against Happy, the man who've been seeing playing rather nicely so far. Going for a bit of a spray through the wall. And now here come the rest of LDLC to try and back up their rather lonely teammate. It's, well, it's Apex to get 1 and the second, not going to claim the third. Solek denies that finally and stops the rot, now leaving in a 3v3 situation. But look how damaged the T's are. Somehow that bomb does go down, though. And now we wait. ticking. It's Kenny S to pick up the first there, taking the advantage to the CT side. Flash is now coming in. Solec's in a bit of a pickle, but he has picked up the frag. Now it's all in Solec's hands. Can he get any more? No. Kenny S playing a pivotal role that round once again, and the defuse will come in, and it will stop alternate attacks in their rather drastic lead that they started to pick up.
So, yeah, very interesting. There was a 1v1 over on the covered site. We ended up with a 4v4 on the open site off Banana. And Solec doing the business, as we like to say here, with 10 and 5. The rest of his team, 3, 4, 2, and 1 in a rather disorganised numerical state. Happy leading the way for LDLC on 7 and 4, Kenny S 5 and 2, Apex 4, Superfighter 3, and Maniac on 2. And again, good grenade. There's going to be another one here flying over the top. Does a little bit more damage to Crisby and Crystal. And Felix already largely damaged here. They've got pretty much a 25% buy here. Just a single man with an AK, a couple of Deagles, one P250. But guess where they're going? You won't need a guest book to work out that they're going to try and hit the B bomb site. And they are going to be destroyed by Happy, who gets 2 out of the 5. I thought he could have done more, actually. Somehow they've got away with that one. And it's now a 3 versus 2. How on earth does that turn round for alternate? They've got one man into the bomb site. Oh, Apex is going to deal with him very easily, and the second one as well. So a straightforward sort of eco bash in the end for LDLC, and they come back to 3-4 down. Interestingly, though, 7 rounds, and 7 rounds in a row, the Germans have gone B.
Yeah, and I do recall these guys actually playing one of the other German teams. I do believe it was in Faculty that I saw them playing before in a different league, and they did something extremely similar. So obviously LDLC are going to kind of cotton on to this rather quickly, and they kind of have.
Not the first time I've seen them do this.
Yeah, it seems a rather drilled-in strat for them that might pay off, initially.
Wait until round 10.
Okay, well, you're just going to have to wait and see then, aren't we? Maybe he knows something I don't. But early on in the round, not too much happening. Solec unable to do any damage early on, which we're used to seeing. And actually, SF deals with him quite comfortably there. Nice little headshot, taking him down. So early advantage this time to the CT side. So this is going a little different way, actually. But Alternate are still looking towards B this time. What a surprise. Maybe we might see a bit of variation here if we're lucky. Well, Tizian opening things up exactly how I'd want to if they do want to go towards the opposing bomb site, which would be the A one. I think it's the first time we might actually see some action towards A from Alternate this time. Kenny S adjusting accordingly as well.
Actually, my bad. I'm wrong. They did plant once at A early on round 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not too unaccustomed to it, but still might be a bit of a shock to the system for LDLC, as Happy has to get rotating, because here come Alternate picking up 1 there, but LDLC actually getting a bit of a better advantage out of this in a 3v2 situation. Tizian evening it all up. He's only left on 1 HP. He's damaged desperately, bleeding from his boots, bless him. And now 2v2 after plant. Let's see how LDLC plan to get back into this. Nice connection early on. Happy is already knocked down, but there, a little bit of an overkill with the headshot, and that is leaving Crystal in a 1v1. Now he's taken down 1. Bomb is ticking in his favour. Can he find Happy? Gonna edge towards smoke. He's caught a glimpse. Can he get the frag off? Yes, he can. Nice bit of play in the afterplant from Crystal, coming out big when it mattered. And that was a very nice bit of play. A little bit sloppy towards, the initial takeover of the site, but they certainly handled it in the afterplant.
Yeah, good work from Tizian, really.
Very much
those 2 kills really helped them on their way. But Crystal clutching the round in the end. He moves to 5 for 5. And LDLC find themselves on the back foot a little bit here. It's 5-3. This is more like a 52-48 map right now in favour of CT. So an 8-7 or a 9-6 would be fine. Right now, though, that's looking like a bit of a tall order if you're of the blue, white and red persuasion, because LDLC are 5-3 down and on a 250 round, or an eco as we usually call them. But they've decided to go for pretty much full stack of P250s by the looks of things. 4. I can't see what Apex has got right now. He's currently cocking a flash in his hand. That's now been disposed of. And yeah, it is a complete 250 buy from LDLC, so fancying them nicely, and that's why, because they can do that kind of damage down Banana. They've now got themselves an AK. What can they do from here? This is not done and dusted just yet. Oh, and another chance here for Happy to pick up 1 on Crystal, and he's done exactly that. He's now got himself a gun as well. It's now 3 versus 3. Crisby, though, will pick up that one. Should get a second, not quite. Kenny S now going to come back to the site here to deal with the incoming alternate attacks. wasn't very alternate in the end, and LDLC will convert that round. Very nicely done, from being a 250 round to a complete win. And that's now put alternate on the back foot, and presumably they'll be on a save.
Yeah, and an interesting way to play that one out, obviously stacking that B bomb site. We know where Team Alternate want to go to and where they have been, and I'm quite surprised that they didn't just go away and LDLC might have read into that. But it's, you know, it's the way it goes, and it did pay off for LDLC running it that way, being a touch aggressive and picking up that initial kill. So let's see how this one's going to open up for us. We see once again the presence of Solic and Tizian this time towards Banana, but the rest still focused towards mid. Just going to try and wait out that opening pick. It's Kenny to get it actually onto Felix, and that's going to really start
get out of the way.
A bit of a bad train. Yeah, they're just crumpling up in mid, just going to stand on each other's feet. It's not how you want to start things off, really. But Solic, the only one really to do damage so far for the alternate side, as they're going to make their way push slowly but surely. I was going to say towards A, but it's just about him there, so 3v4. Smoke in the way. Not sure what Auto Director thinks is going to happen. Maybe knows something I don't, but...
Fat Controller's got this.
Exactly. Who am I to doubt a Valve employee, huh? But let's just wait this one out and see exactly where the T-side intend to go with just 3 members. Smokes are going up. It's going to be Apex who might receive a bit of a faceful hit. Seeing the first, laying down to Defiant. Nice connection. He's taking down Crispy and Solic. Can't get the third. Tizian still stands in a 1v3. Not for long. Maniacs there. And it's how you'd expect, but they didn't do bad damage. They took down 2 of the members of LDLC, so I don't think they can be too unhappy. But nevertheless, we are all even. 5-5 rounds now, so alternate. You've got to start picking things up again. I want to see them kind of really challenge LDLC, who've been quite strong through this season so far.
Been very strong. Yep. Twice runners-up, once winners. They hold the record in RaidCall EMS 1 history so far, from the 8 cups, 2 group stages, 1 LAN final. It's a unique record as well, and it is that they have made 5 appearances of the 8 cup finals so far, more than any other team, including NIP, albeit that they've only won 1 of them. Last year, or last season should I say, they came to the playoffs as one of the favourites to make their way through. Lovely shot from Kenny S in mid. He might get himself a second. Does so. Nicely done. That's the Kenny S we know. And Maniac will clear up the last one. And LDLC will now take the lead for the first time. 6-5. Just to finish off what I was saying, last season they were a bit of a disappointment. After a good solid season, they beat Very Games twice in the run through of the Cups, reached 2 finals, lost both of them, but reached those finals anyway. All of that without Kenny S at the time. And came to the playoffs as one of the clear favourites to make the LAN finals and failed miserably. They will not want a repeat of that. They will want to make the LAN finals this season. We've already got 6 teams through, and the last 2 will come from this group, Group D. Will it be Western Wolves and LDLC? They are the clear 2 favourites to join the other 6. We've got NIP already through, ESC, Fnatic, Copenhagen Wolves, Virtus Pro and Very Games. What an amazing lineup it's going to be. And right now, talking of lineups, Apex has got them lining up perfectly, and 2 down. Couple more to find. Solic the only man to put up any resistance thus far. And now they back off at a 4v2. Oh, that's going to work nicely for Crispy and Solic. Happy though, shutting down Solic, and now it's a 2 versus 1. Crispy now will be the last man alive here. It's all down to 1 man, and he's dropped by Happy. And LDLC now leads 7-5, and it's starting to look a bit better. That's 4 in a row from the French team.
Yeah, it looks a lot more like LDLC are kind of getting used to exactly what Team Alternate are doing, and well, it's knocked Alternate into a bit of an awkward position here. Not too great for money, and they actually go for another eco. I think they are. So we're going to have to see what they can pull off here. Last time it didn't go too badly for them, but let's see if it's going to pay dividends this time. Ooh, a little bit close for comfort there as Kenny S does route some shots off, but it's Tizian to open this one up, taking down Apex. Oh, lovely shot coming from Kenny S in retort, though, and a second. Nice play. And Maniac will find a third, and well, Alternate pretty much being ripped to shreds there, as you'd expect, but Crystal's positioning paying off kindly there, taking down Maniac very comfortably, but now under pressure. 3 to go, gets another. Can he make it 3? Oh, I almost believed in him then. That was lovely play coming out from Crystal, and that man in a clutch situation. Even Kenny's saying, question mark, nice shot. Wow, Crystal, yeah, still a very, very talented player. We've seen him go big earlier on, and clearly he's not happy with that. He wants to do some more damage, but 8-5 is the overall scoreline. Sadly, the individual play going out from Crystal not quite reflected by the scoreline yet.
insane couple of shots from Crystal. Flick headshot with the pistol. And look at this, Apex has gone very aggressive now, and he's going to get 3, is he? No, 2 will do. But it's already ruined Alternate, and they know. They've got their number now. They know they're going banana every round, so they're just going to push them through mid. And I'm not going to repeat that. You can probably see that if you're in high definition right now. As Kenny S will pick off Tizian, and Crystal will now be the last man alive here in a 4v1. LDLC now about to take a 9-5 lead. Wouldn't have thought that was possible 6 rounds ago, and it's been very fast-paced indeed. Crystal still hunting for a play. He's now edging up on Banana. A little bit of blindness for him. He's going to get one here on Happy, but he's going to get flanked by 2. And SF is still sitting inside the bomb site. Flash comes in. Oh, Crystal will be dropped by Superfighter. And LDLC now have a 9-5 lead. And we said this was a mildly CT biased map. If it ends 9-6, that's about right. 10-5, and you'd start to worry for the Germans here.
Yeah, indeed. But let's see what they have in store. They're certainly a team who are capable, but I want to see a little bit more from them cut out from variation-wise, because, well, LDLC are a team who will learn on the fly, especially if they haven't already watched the demos back, and I think they're doing just that. So let's see if Happy can do a little bit better here than he did last time. Kenny has taken the first frag onto Crystal, so that's the danger man down already. Happy getting 1 and a second. Can he get the 3rd? No, it's Felix who will actually shut him down, leaving only 2 now standing, though, for that T side up against 4. So, Felix and Tizian. What can they do here? SF, Apex, Maniac, and Kenny S to find. So it's not an easy task at the best of times. Well, we know where Kenny S is, and he certainly knows where they are. Picking up a nice frag onto Felix, and now only Tizian to go. And now, in 1v4, I don't think he's feeling too comfortable. He's being surrounded by the players, and it's Apex to find him. And there's a scoreline we didn't really want to see if we were on the German side here, but 10-5 isn't, you know, dire for them, I don't think. I think they can come back from it. It's just not ideal.
No, that's exactly what it is. No, it's not ideal. It's a decent score if you're a CT, because it is still the most balanced map that we've got currently, albeit that we don't know what's going on with the new Mirage, which we haven't had time to talk about. We will find some time tonight to talk about the new Mirage. If you're not aware, latest patch has gone live. Mirage, the brand new version of Mirage, looks very sexy indeed. Has been released by Valve, and more importantly, from my point of view and many other people's point of view, the GUI has been changed on the front page of the client, which we will show you after this set of games, just in case you haven't already seen it, with some fantastic changes by Valve. I give Valve a hard time at the best of times for neglecting CS and concentrating on Dota. Not that there's anything wrong with Dota. I just want them to do more for CS, but on this occasion, I have to give them full credit for doing something absolutely fantastic inside the game. I hope that others take a lead from them as well. It really will help esports and CS grow. Right now, we're in our Group D playoff game between LDLC and Team Alternate. The Germans down by 5 after a really good start. They were 5-2 up, I believe, maybe 5-3 up at one point. They were certainly ahead by a few rounds. Certainly it was 3-0 at one point. Now the LDLC have come back to take 10 of the last 12 rounds. And Tizian, ooh, that looked nice to start with, but it's actually not worked out for him. Oh, that's worked very well for Felix, though. And Crystal has also plopped SF into the grave, and Maniac will now be the last. 4v1. 2 hopes, and one of them's called Bob. See whether Maniac can pick up a frag, because that's about all he's going to get out of this. They're just going to jump in on him. Now, I wouldn't surprise if one of them dives in with a blade right now, because he's ripe for it. He is really ripe for a good knifing. Oh, well, 84 health. He was 86. Oh, he's now going to pop himself. That's good movement. That's Forest-like movement from Maniac, but it's not going to pay any dividends because Solek will get the kill. So Alternate not going to lay down here. This isn't going to be easy for LDLC. Alternate winning the pistol rounds now gives them an advantage for the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, indeed, and I felt almost bad for them, the way they played down Banana there. Crispy and I think it was Solek actually went really nicely aggressive, smoking down and really cutting off LDLC, but Kenny S perfectly handled that, and Sadly, it fell apart for LDLC towards the end of it. But nevertheless, let's go forward in this and see what LDLC have in store. Once again, that smoke on Banana we saw before, but this time they feel like going through it. So this could be a bit of a different push here and possibly a different result. Initial flash going out. Apex is making the move now. He's going to be leading the charge here. Going to push straight forward towards the B-bomb site. It's Solek to pick up the first, following up with the second, taking down 2 members of LDLC. It's what you'd expect to see him. Well, Kenny S was left in a horrible place there, desperately trying to avoid the bullets, but it's not going to happen. And well, Maniac and Happy are not in the best of ways right now. Flashed up, tagged up, and backs to the wall, to say the least, with a complete 5-member of the opposing side alive. Make it 4. Maniac doing some damage. Let's see if you can find any others. The presence from Alternate in this bomb site is huge now. Crystal nice and close, not revealed himself yet. Tizian still laying down the fire, and Crispy keeping eyes. So, LDLC just waiting, but will they be able to find Crystal right now? The bomb is in a horrible place, and Crystal knew it. Perfect setup there. They knew they had to come for it, and he's not going to let them pass. 22 seconds. Happy, clearly not feeling too happy right now, as Tizian will put him out of his misery finally. But as you pointed out, that was a really unfortunate place for that bomb to fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically why LDLC decided that they had to go for it, because it was on Banana, but it was also a big red flag for Alternate as well, because they had to stack the bomb site, which is what they did. So, yeah, fairly good play, and pretty straightforward in the end, but it just took a little bit of time to play out. LDLC not fancying themselves to go in. Oh, tell you what, though, look, Tizian, he's got a bit of a nosebleed going that far up the map early on, hasn't he? Deary me. That was nearly curtains for a couple of LDLC players. They are on an eco again, though, or what we're now calling the French eco, which is 250s. All 5 of them have those 250s. And it's Felix will start things off with a couple, actually. Tizian got himself one in the middle of that. Apex replying back is so far the only one to get a kill. He's also last man standing. He's also downed by Tizian, who gets his second of the round. So straightforward eco bash, and that's 3 in a row for Alternate. They bring it back to 8-10 down.
Much more respectable scoreline here. Hopefully they can keep this up, actually. Now we do have that most even round that we're going to be seeing here that hopefully will define a little bit more of what we can expect to see in the later couple of rounds. But let's see what the T-side have in store now. It does seem as though they're focusing towards second mid. They did get spotted earlier on in the last round, but no damage was done. And still Happy, Maniac and SF fancying their chances there. And Crispy feeling a little bit aggressive. Once again, using that smoke they placed down quite far down Banana. As is Solek, they know they can get aggressive, and they did get connection onto Kenny S. So this time he's not avoiding the bullets. He's already knocked down to 60 HP. They are looking towards A, but they're just not committing it. And I don't think they have to. Still 1 minute on the board. Another smoke put down. Just weighing it out. Crispy now has to get back a touch as that smoke has dissipated. And it does seem as though LDLC are lining up their smokes and flashes and just about getting ready to go. Counter flashes coming in. I think we're about to see something happen. Let's see if LDLC can actually stick to this one. Alternate are trying to do the damage. It's Felix to kick things off, but Kenny S replying very quickly as they're pushing straight up through mid. Kenny S pulls up with a second onto Solek. Maniac doing the damage as well. Now only 2 stand for the defending side. Crispy and Crystal, the 2 we saw doing rather well so far. They've got 4 members of the opposition to locate. And now look at where Crystal is. He's literally surrounded by them. He got 1, couldn't get a second as Kenny's take him down. As now Crispy is in a 1v3. Not gonna happen. There we have it. Apex will put him down and get another round on the board for LDLC, and that's what we wanted to see, really, if you're on the French side, to stop the bit of a train that Alternate had going on there.
Yes, there was almost seemingly a little white flag being raised there by the LDLC side. Surrendered themselves 3 rounds in a row to Alternate.
Horrible, man. With a surname like Challenaire, you should be really supporting.
What can I say? 11-8, LDLC now leading, and should find themselves 12-8 at the end of this one. Good start. Superfighter getting the opening kill on Tizian over on Apps. Kenny S, who's having another big game for his team. Now creeping round towards the top of Banana. He's got Happy alongside him. There are 2 at the bottom. Bomb is actually over on second mid right now. alongside Super Fighter. It's in the hands of Maniac. And they're still pushing on Banana, which leads me to believe that this is going to be the final destination of the bomb. But they're not going to bring it just yet, just in case Happy and Maniac combine nicely for 3 kills in mid. And Felix will be the last alive. And he'll be dropped by Maniac. Thanks very much. Nicely done. And LDLC lead 12-8. It's all very easy, isn't it, when it's Counter-Strike like that?
Yeah. Certainly is. They make it look a lot easier, to be fair. I think I'd still struggle, but certainly they won't be. Clearly showing their readiness going forward. But I'm still quite surprised how close this scoreline is. I think, obviously, Alternate picking up both of the pistols here. They've had every opportunity to get to this point, and they've certainly made the most of that. But I want to see more from them in the gun rounds, which we do have now. And that certainly will be a nice changing point. But Crispy going very aggressive on Banana. It does not pay off at all. Kenny S comfortably controlling that one, and that's the early advantage to LDLC. Quickly followed up by Happy taking down Solek, so a big advantage now to the French guys. And while this aggressive play is just not paying off at all, Crystal's had to come over towards the bomb site and try and pick up the mess. He's got one. That's Happy down, avenging his fallen teammate here. But still, advantage to LDLC. Let's see what they can do. Not fully committing to that B bomb site, actually. Kenny is actually shying away from there, as Maniac still with that bomb, as we noted, hovering around second mid previously, up in apartments now. Just going to line up the flashes and wait for the go time, I do believe. And I think that's coming in just a second, as LDLC will start their move towards the A bomb site. Flashes are coming in. Felix does get a little bit blinded by that one, but has enough vision to take down Maniac. SF dealt with 2. This is not what LDLC wanted. Kenny S now in a 1v3. Not a chance in hell with Tizian playing like that. Really locking down the bomb site, and what an absolute change of affairs there. Alternate looking very comfortable after a rather questionable start.
Yeah, I mean, the covered site is the harder of the 2 sites to get into, just because you can hide in so many different places. But having said that, I like the fact that the B-bomb site is just as tricky. I think that the teams are just getting used to these 2 sites more now, which is probably why we've seen this become more of a CT bias map over the last 3 months. Before that, it was almost 50-50. Between the 2, it's starting to edge towards 53-47 now, so you might think that's not that much, but it's rounds like that actually that make it slightly more biased towards CTs, and Alternate do have that advantage in their hand right now. They're 3 rounds back. To come back from here against a team of LDLC's quality would be quite something, though. It would also give them a really good start in Group D. Infected Nation and Western Walls playing in the other game right now. And we'll bring you updates as and when we can get them. Tizian opening things up nicely for the French here. Haven't decided a destination. Well, actually, you know what they have now? They're going to move in towards the B bomb site. Happy's just being an annoyance right now at CT Arch. He's already got himself the kill there as well. And in towards the bomb site, they're going Happy again. Just an annoying pain in the backside as he gets downed inside the kitchen. And Sonic now and Tizian will be the last 2. Thanks, Auto Director. Eventually, Apex though. Oh, wow. Do you know what? Just if you could just stand in a line like a couple of dummies in the window of a shop, that'd be fantastic, and I can have a couple of free headshots. 13-9 LDLC.
Yeah, and I think between Happy and Apex, that was a lovely round bit of play coming out, and Happy's catching the rotate then from the bomb side. Very brave play, but it paid massively for them.
Look at the top 3 right now on the scoreboard for LDLC.
Wow.
23 Kenny S, 22 Happy, 21 Apex, Maniac 11. Supervisor 8, I've seen him have great games, so we know he's a good player.
Oh, for sure.
But he's obviously got a quiet sight tonight.
That does seem to be the way it's shaping out here. So let's have a little look. Who's going to be on getting the frags this time? It does see that the CT side will only have pistols beside them. Dangerous as we saw Crystal be, they're already at a disadvantage. So LDLC's presence on Banana is truly well known, but Sonic has done some damage but has to back off now. We do see Happy on 2 HP. Kenny S on 73, so knocked down just a touch, but not enough to really pay off just yet. Happy could be in trouble though. Tizian not too far away and is happy to get the frag. Sonic following up kindly there onto Kenny S. So bring it back all even, 3v3. This is an interesting bit of play going out. Sonic does finally take down SF, given the advantage. Well, almost getting the advantage. Happy keeps escaping on that 2 HP, but unless he's still alive and kicking, the bomb is by the side though. It's in Maniac's hands. doesn't fancy challenging Crystal. They're going to get out and go towards B. Good choice, really, considering both of their players were there. And off he goes, 40 seconds. And I don't think there's a great ordeal the other two can do here. Happy just watching as he knew they'd have to come across and playing a very smart game, pretty much. It's Crystal now left on only 6 HP, up against 3. Not going to hope in hell there, as Apex come to take some down. It's just smart play coming out from LDLC.
Yeah, really nice. We're just going to highlight some of that because that was really good. Yeah. So they put 4 in here, that was 4 there, and they left a single man, just the one over here in that second bomb site. So they split the 2 between 4v1. They left the 4 CTs here. The trouble was they came up through here, ended up there and spotted all of these players or heard them. So they knew that they were all stacked there, so we'll go back to A then. Well, they've got one guy back here, and that didn't matter either because what they'd end up doing is going all the way through CT Arch and going back to the other bomb site. Really smart play, nicely done by LDLC. They moved to 14-9 now, although they have lost Kenny S from this round, and Apex has found his favourite position at the church bench in mid. It's also my favourite position as well. Catch me on a public server, you'll often find me there. It's a replacement for Red's house, which used to be at the bottom of mid on Inferno in Counter-Strike. Of the original kind. 50 seconds remaining. And we are going to see a push here towards CT Arch. They're going to get flashed. That's a really good flash. And Crystal makes the most of it as well with a double kill. Only Superfighter managed to get through there, but they have got both men in towards the bomb site right now. Only Crisby left over there. He's going to have some support here from Crystal, who's going to lay down some suppressing fire, but not do any damage. So Superfighter and Happy both inside the B bomb, so I'm not sure Alternate know that they're in there yet. Well, they will now because the bomb's planted and nicely lined up through mid. Happy with a triple. That's phenomenal from Happy. Can't get the 4th one in the end, but he's done the job. All he's got to do now is hope that his teammate, SF, can win the round, and he won't. It's Crisby in. He doesn't have a kit. That bomb is not going to blow, though. And the ROFL comes out from Felix, who says, nice luck. I guess, I don't know if he's talking about Happy or whether he's talking about his own teammate, because they both had a slice of luck in that round. In the end, the pendulum swung towards the Germans, and Alternate go to 10-14 down.
Yeah, LDLC still firmly in the lead here, but obviously there's still a little bit of life left in the Germans. Not to be written out. This is probably one of their best scorelines so far throughout this tournament, to be fair. They've had a questionable run to date. But nevertheless, let's see if they can hold on to this one. See what the team side are up to. We see a nice bit of presence from them towards second mid, where maybe Felix, Tizian and Crystal could benefit. Tizian going walkabouts in apps, not pushing too far though. Honestly, not feeling too confident yet. And doesn't particularly want to be met by the entirety of LDLC. So, slow start to the round again. 1 minute down pretty much, as we are just waiting for that first initial move to be made. This time, actually, no presence from LDLC towards Banana, so they do seem to be committing towards A. Slowly, surely, they push towards Tizian. Steps away. Oh, Tizian dealt with perfectly there by Maniac, now pushing straight through. They did not expect Felix, but dealt with him anyway. Dear Lord, there's only 2 now stand. Solic and Crisby, the only 2 alive for Team Alternate right now. And let's see exactly where they are. Solic towards Library. Crisby coming through that CT Arch. There's already fire coming in towards him. I think it's just being spammed through. As Crisby, though, does catch a glimpse of Happy, takes him out. And now, 2v4. Kenny is extremely damaged, but that bomb is ticking against the CTs now. Going to push towards the site. It's SF to find Solek. It's all on Crisby. 6 HP. Oh, he's got one. Can't get the second. And LDLC deny the very last hurdle for them. 15-10. And LDLC are looking comfortable now. They're starting to read it like a bit of a book.
I think they have the numbers right now. They certainly have the advantage. 5 rounds up with 5 to play. Just 1 required to win their opening game of Group D. Happy 28 on the board right now. Apex 24, Kenny S 24. Sonic the only one in the 20s for the alternate attacks team right now. He's on 21 as we get into round 26. It's all the 20s right now. And as we're in that round as well, we've got a bit of a problem for Alternate. You may have noticed a lack of weaponry. They are 15-10 down, and all they can afford is a FAMAS. That's it. There's nothing else in that lineup. A couple of pistols, P250. In fact, 2 P250s. My mistake. I maligned them. But this is going to be a tall order right now to defend the oncoming rush, which inevitably is going to come. There's a weird sort of split, but they all seem to be sort of sauntering over towards Banana Bar Super Fighter, who's going to hold second mid, as you just saw on your screen. Here comes Kenny S. They're going to wait for 40 seconds, I would guess here. Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, let's just pick 43 and go. And they are about to go in there. Crisby here. Well, he's over at the other site, so I'm not even sure why the auto director felt that that was worth watching. And if we stay with him, he's going to be Crisby Cream right now. Wow! Actually not, because Tizian and Felix both come in to pick up a frag apiece, and Crisby lives. Bomb was about to be planted, and Solek fired through the smoke, and somehow got the kill, and we've now got a 4 versus 2 in favour of Alternate, and they've got themselves an AK. And Tizian saying he played like the worst 1v5 position ever, as Kenny S is dealt with by Solek. Crisby picks up the kill on Happy, and wouldn't you know it, it's not game over just yet. Team Alternate live. It's 15-11.
We've certainly seen our upsets throughout this tournament so far, and we could be seeing another one.
Well, it's always the hardest round to get, the 16th. Might sound like an obvious thing to say, but
it is very true.
Mentally, it always seems to be a bit of like, right, we're nearly there, good. Oh, they're on a partial bite. We've got this, lads.
That's fine,
oh, whoops.
Indeed, it is very easy to let it slip at the last minute. And with players like Crystal playing the way they have been, and I don't think I can really leave out Solek, who's on 23 currently, keeping that positive KDR.
I was going to say, I was going to be the other way round.
Indeed, it's the individual player I can't not give it credit. You can't really take these guys for granted, so it does seem we will be seeing LDLC up on a pistol.
Oops.
We do have updates from the other game. Indeed, Kenny S not quite there yet.
So Western Wolves have won 16-7 over Infected Nation in the other game.
Not a bad bit of performance going out from Infected Nation, I've got to say. That's quite impressive for them.
They are favourites to finish bottom of the group, as harsh as that may seem. That's just the reality of it.
But nevertheless, this round is going the way we would imagine so far. Solek and Felix enjoying the fact that LDLC only have pistols beside them, leaving only Kenny S alive, who can do little to nothing, sadly. And that will give Alternate another chance to get themselves back into this one. 15-12 is the scoreline, guys, and, well, LDLC aren't quite there yet, but it's a gun round.
Yeah, it's a gun round now, in round 28. Lose the next one, that's 29. So it's all on the last one. Alternate can only draw right now, but just a reminder for you at home, draws do count, because you will get a single point for the draw. There won't be any overtime tonight in the group stages. LDLC will not want that to happen. They kicked off last season's playoffs with a draw and ended up going out of the group stage after being favourites to go through to the LAN final. Won't want a repeat of that this year, or this season. Tizian's going to get caught in the back hallways. The revenge kill comes back in from Felix, though. They trade a 1-for-1. They've managed to get round CT Archside this time round. Here comes Super Fighter. He gets one in on Krista, who'd already dealt with Maniac. So again, trade of kills. 1-for-1. Oh, Solek just got a glimpse there, and that'll be an easy kill. He might get a second one here. No! Shut down by Apex, and again they trade a frag for a frag. Crisby now is going to get one. Can they turn this one around? Kenny is now the last man alive, and he's going to trade the kill. So we're back and forth. It's now a 1v1. If it goes to plan, Felix is about to clutch this round for Alternate, but bomb in hand of Kenny S, and you wouldn't want anyone else in the LDLC team right now other than this man. He's just going to have a little quick check and a peek down Banana before he decides to plant at the grate. So pressure now switches over to the other man, Felix. Flash into ruins quickly, immediately gets sight of his enemy. And now Kenny S has got to play this absolutely perfectly. He's on the bomb and going to go for the defuse right now, and he's going to get it as well!
God.
Oh my goodness! Kenny S does get the kill, doesn't get the round, and Alternate pick up a cheeky defuse when every single other player I know would have gone in there for a fake. Alternate doesn't. And LDLC lose the round. Amazing.
Wow.
Was that Felix?
Just wow.
Get your breath back.
Yeah, what a bit
do
of
round
guts.
29.
Yeah, indeed. What a bit of brave play going out there. I don't think I would be able to do that in such a pivotal situation. But look at the situation with LDLC right now. I'm seeing a couple of pistols beside them, a couple of AKs here and there. And that could be a real issue now, as Alternate looking quite comfortable. LDLC looking towards second mid. Apex just lining up the smoke. I'm not going to let it off just yet. 1 minute gone on the board. Alternate, massive presence within A here. Tizzy and Felix creating that crossfire towards apartments. Have spotted Maniac. Maniac does reply on Felix, though, taking him up only to 54 HP, but here comes the push. Tizian's found one, Felix finding another. LDLC are falling by the wayside. Felix follows up with another frag. This is going absolutely so far away from LDLC right now. It's unbelievable, as Kenny S is the last man standing again. But once again, he's up against 4 players, and he can't do a thing about it.
No.
15 to 14.
And sort of expected, because if you saw the weaponry that
they
LDLC went, well, they only had 2 AKs, 3 on eco, because they'd worked out money-wise what they could afford for the final 30th round. And here we go then. We have managed to get to 30 rounds. Amazingly, Alternate have put up a fantastic fight back in this game. They were 15-10 down on a partial buy with 1 FAMAS between them, and they've somehow pulled it back to 15-14, and a single solitary point almost seems a disappointment for them at the end of this round if they were to win it. But LDLC remain the slight favourites in this game. They are big favourites to go through the group, but Alternate, they're not going to lay down and hand them a free pass to the quarterfinals. Tense last round here between these two. LDLC will know. They have 2 more games to play, one of them against Western Wolves, who they've already lost to this season. So they won't want to go in there knowing they have to win. The flashes were absolutely extraordinary in the bomb site. They've somehow managed to get the bomb planted, and there were 2 players inside that bomb site. Sonic and Crispy do get a frag apiece. LDLC now down to 3. Alternate with a man advantage. Big retake coming back in here. Oh, Happy, though, stands up tall and proud. Finally gets downed by Felix for the reply. And we're at 3 versus 2 now. Apex into the site. Can he win the 1v1 with Crispy? No, he can't! Crispy's going to snatch that one away. They're going to get the defuse here. Apex is finished off. And Alternate attacks.
Wow.
Bring it back to 15-15. What an opening game in Group D. Can you even believe what just happened in that game?
I can't. LDLC's previous track record on that map, they've beaten NIP, they've beaten Epsilon. They have been there, they've beaten the best of the best on that map, yet they couldn't handle Team Alternate.
Yeah. And despite the fact that, remember, at the half-time, it was 10-5.
Exactly.
And we said, oh, that's going to be a tough ask. Not terribly tough, but it's going to be a tough ask. How wrong were we? Shoot the commentators, I guess. Well done to Team Alternate and LDLC. They both pick up a point from their first game. They are now 2nd and 3rd in Group D. The next 2 games will come up, of course. We will show all of Group D tonight. It will finish by the end of the evening. I won't show all of the games, obviously, because we can't do that unless we're in some sort of time machine, because they're going on at the same time. But we are going to take a break right now, and we do have some special videos for you to view once more. So enjoy these after the commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have our 2nd game of the night for Group D. Don't go too far away.